A private matter between Mr. Smith and Mr. Zan. But in the action that Mr. Zan took against Mr. Smith has opposed it on the basis that he says he wasn't served originally with the claim. Mr. Zan has refiled another claim, and we have discontinued the one that he says he wasn't served with. We have not decided not to have an argument in court about that. We just focus on what Mr. Zan has come to court for, which is to recover monies loaned to Mr. Smith.
Can you see how much money we're talking about?
No, that's a matter between them and the court papers. But it's significant.
Let me be clear. A new lawsuit has been filed. You've
discontinued the one he claims that he wasn't served. And we have now filed a new one, which we will serve him with again.
Okay. And the lawsuit is specifically for what? Seeking to recover
monies that were loaned to Mr. Smith.
Over what period of time?
Some time ago, but he was making promises which he did not fulfill.
10 million. 10 million.
In excess of.
20.
In excess of.
50.
In excess of 20.
In excess of 20. Okay. And this is a business arrangement?
It was not a business deal. It was a personal loan to assist Mr. Smith, according to the court papers.
And just for clarity again, before the lawsuit, there were attempts to recover the...
There were what appeared to have been bona fide attempts to settle his indebtedness, but it didn't come to anything because the indebtedness was not settled.
And from where you sit, Mr. Smith is disputing the sums owed?
He has never disputed the sums owed. He has disputed that he was served. That's what this is about. He has not disputed. He may, but nothing that has transpired between the parties, because there was another lawyer before, and nobody denied that these sums, it's documented.
And just finally from me, if you could just give me a timeline as to when we're talking about that this loan was made and over what period you've been trying to recover.
No, that's in the court papers.
Okay, and the attorney for Mr. Smith is?
The attorney for Mr. Smith is Annalisa Law Chambers, Lindsay Law Chambers. Lindsay Law Chambers.
But if it is in the court papers, then you can, I'm sure you can share it with us, because that is a public document.
It is, but I'm not doing that.
You're saying we'll get it for yourself.
I'm saying that I'm not doing that in a newspaper or media interview. As I said, it's a really private matter between the parties, but I got permission to speak to you.
Duane Smith, you are busted. Duane Smith, you are busted. You came out and you said that Mr. Hassan had a lie upon you. Now that the documents release and show that you owe the man the money for true, and you don't want to pay back the man in $20 million, what are you going to do? But even though the information are out there for everyone to see, you still go on nationwide news, go lie and make yourself look stupid. Duane Smith, you should resign as MP because we can't afford for people like you to handle taxpayers' money. Now people, are you with me or are you not with me? Do you think someone like this, right, that is going around owing millions and millions and millions of dollars, a gambling addict, and all of that people should be handling taxpayers' money? He should be resigned with immediate effect. People, like and share this video because trust me, so much information inside of this video, it'll go full up on your brain. Like and share this video so it can reach a wider audience, people. We want a wider audience to see what's going on inside of our country. We need help in other country. And without a wider audience, we're not going to get it, people. So like and share the video. When you like the video, YouTube recommend the video to a wider audience. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. I hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful day. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update. So you definitely don't want to miss none. Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers. Big up to all of my viewers. Big up to all of my subscribers. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to like and share this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Now, before we go over this to do, John people, I want to start off with the same brother that is a conflict of interest. We are talking about Mr. Dennis. Yes, people. Now, popular TV host and YouTuber Oral Chasey has weighed in on the whole situation. And the people, he did not held anything back, people. Him just give it to them just as it is. You don't know people stay already. Them don't say a PNP put him up to this. But the truth is the truth, people. And after watching this piece of video from Oral Chasey, then you really realize that this is very seriously true. So check it out.
Oh, me not hear you say nothing about the Dennis Chung saga. Because you have Dennis Chung a friend from around a footballer. And me I said, no, you don't know that, you know. Me I look on the shenanigans from a distance. And me have to shame my head, you know. You remember me always tell you how tribal way politics is? You see that Dennis Chung saga, yeah? It show me again and confirm again how tribal Jamaican politics is. Remember now, you know, the FID is the body that the investigation into the Prime Minister's accusations of illicit enrichment by the Integrity Commission. The FID is the body to which the investigations have been referred, you know. That remember the investigations don't done, you know. The Integrity Commission said we are hand over the investigations and the case to the FID for further probing. No. Me don't know if nobody are going to deny. Say Dennis Chung and the Prime Minister. How am I put it? Well, see them there. Me never put it nowhere. And anybody who listen to Mr. Chung as a public commentator, if you have an ounce of objectivity about you, if you have an ounce of balance in your mind, if you respect your country more than you respect your party, then good God Almighty, man. With all of the shenanigans with the Integrity Commission and the Prime Minister, and the investigations have been referred to the FID, and see Mr. Chung and the Prime Minister there. That is the man we are going to head the body now. We are going to complete the investigation into the Prime Minister's financial affairs. And people say something about that. And a politics and bad mind. I do it now. The thing about the qualification of Mr. Chung. Me don't have never heard about anything like this before. An ad was put out in the newspaper for the post where Mr. Chung eventually get. But in the qualification requirements is a part of it about experience in law enforcement. The powers that be, them cut out that out of the requirement, obviously, so that Mr. Chung can get the job. And when well-thinking Jamaicans, including the opposition, you know, because the opposition are going to jump on it, you know, people. Them are politicians, what you expect them to say. But well-thinking, objective Jamaicans now, and look on that man, say, hold on, man, but that don't look right, man. Mr. Chung in a public pronouncements already prejudice imposition and the Integrity Commission as it relates to the Prime Minister. That can't look good, people. And no politics Maverick attack. The Maverick is a politician. The Maverick is a Jamaican we are looking at. The FID is the body. We are going to complete the investigation into the affairs, the financial affairs of the Prime Minister, as was being investigated by the Integrity Commission. Remember the history of this thing and the chronicle of this thing, you know, people. And then now, a good friend of the Prime Minister can get the job. We're going to complete the investigation process into the Prime Minister. And Jamaicans, forget about Labourite. Forget about your party. Forget about your tribe. But Jamaicans are going to look at me with a straight face and say nothing no wrong with that. Papa Jesus Christ. I know me see why people run left Jamaica and go far and go live. I know. Then this is not common sense. This is not politics. But a silly season. Silly season, you know. I'm telling you, sir, when it comes to the political silly season, people have no sense. Bright people turn dunce. Sensible people turn idiot. I wonder how someone do it with a clear conscience. Because I don't feel, I know them don't know, you know. I see them not see something wrong, you know. Me listen to someone in the media talk about this something and I say, Jesus Christ. I don't know them, don't know the people. I don't see them, don't see it. But the legendary Wilmot Mutty Perkins always use a term when we used to listen to him as a youth, you know. He always say, them head or their snouts are so deep into the trough that they no business with nothing. So them just for all principles of objectivity. Your position has been made public as a public commentator. We've seen the private, link up with you and the Prime Minister. Then my God Almighty, Jamaica shameless people. And you're going to hear now say the Maverick this and the Maverick that and the Maverick collect money. We are here already, so we collect money. I look like my check bunks. Eh? Anyway, people.
Yesterday, I asked someone, I said to the person, do you think it is right for Dennis Chung to be appointed the head of the FID? The person said no. I said, do you think it is right that Dennis Chung had made those comments that nothing wrong with the Prime Minister of Jamaica having 28 bank account, using charity money to buy stocks and bonds for himself, right? Fraud, tax fraud, and money laundering. Do you think he should become the head of the FID that are going to investigate Andrew Wallace? The person said no. Me say, do you think it is right for them to cut out the qualification of law enforcement, experience of law enforcement? The person said no. So me say, then why are you supporting the movement and saying that Mark Golding bad mind? The person say, because he's a Labourite and he now support Mark Golding, and if he fight against Dennis Chung, he go fight against Mark Golding. So people, me just a try to show now what really going on in the country. The people them feel like I said, true them a Labourite. If they fight against corruption, them are going to fight against their own party and help the other party. Want to see what really going on in the country, people? Want to see what's really going on inside of this country? The people them feel like I said, they are doing Mark Golding a favor if they fight against corruption. You're not doing Mark Golding a favor. You're rather helping this country, helping your family, yourself, your next generation. You're helping this country going forward without corruption. A country with corruption cannot strive. I guess you never know that. Why do you think the IMF pressure our country to be corrupted? They want with it being in a corruption, live in a corruption, dive in a corruption, and that's our PJ Patterson did I try telling you when he sell so many things, they want to go pay off the IMF because he didn't want to be a puppet of the IMF doing corruption in this country, so he paid them off. And so to avoid IMF, they are not good. But Labourite run go back to IMF. So what I'm trying to say to you is that you telling Dennis Chung to step aside, you saying that it is wrong for Dennis Chung to become the head of the FID that are going to investigate Andrew Wallace. You're not supporting Mark Golding. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting your country. Now you know, say, there's a lot of illiterate duns and fool people there. Now you know that, people. Because if you feel like I say, you supporting the call for Dennis Chung to step aside, you are support Mark Golding. You're not supporting Mark Golding. Mark Golding cannot be supported that way. You understand? Some wish some of these people could be educated enough to realize what is really going on inside of this country. You realize that your prime minister is corrupt, but you're not going to fight against your prime minister, because if you fight against your prime minister, you're helping the opposition leader. You're stupid. You're stupid. So that means if somebody is coming to take your mother life, right? And that person get exposed, and your Labour Party is going to go down. You're going to let your mother life go just like that? You're stupid, man. But people state a thought and that down below in the comment section. Now, on to Duane. Yeah, man. The same Duane we say him no owe nobody no money. Right now, he might get lick left, right, and center. Now, Duane Smith, I should say, and Cliff Hughes do a grab up. Yeah? Cliff Hughes give Duane a couple punch people. Duane have to pull back. He nearly lose every teeth. Now, people, check out this video from over Cliff Hughes.
Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith?
Yes. So
that is not true. You're not contesting that you owe Mr. Zan anything? Well, let me ask you, Mr. Smith. Let me ask you this. Is it true that Mr. Azan lent you approximately 103,000 US dollars for a business venture, and that you have not paid him back for over approximately 10 years? Is that true?
It is not true. But again,
Mr. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I'm asking. You notice I've been listening very intently.
Your question.
And I'm no. I'm asking you. Did Mr. Azan lend you over 103,000 US dollars for pursuing a business venture that you have not repaid him? I'm asking
we are
you.
Beyond that now.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Mr. Smith. Were you and Mr. Azan in a business venture? I am asking you now. You have come here to clear your name.
Indeed.
Right. So I'm asking you now. At no time over the last how many years has you been the recipient of funds from who you called your friend at one time? Have you ever given Mr. Azan checks that were not dated and which later bounced?
All these questions that you're asking me now were asked of me at the highest level in the party when I was being vetted to become a member of parliament.
Oh? At the highest level of the party? Meaning the Prime Minister, the General Secretary, the Selection Committee? What? Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith? You were asked these questions at the highest levels of the party. Are you there? He's gone? Can you try getting him back for me, please? Oh? I was hearing him very well. Oh, he hung up the phone. Oh? What the hell is this? 21 minutes after 11. We're still making efforts to reconnect with Mr. Smith, because I don't know what happened, if the call dropped or he hung up, I don't know. But it was at a pivotal point in the interview that we lost him. We are still making efforts to reconnect with him. Is he back? Oh, good. 22 minutes after he's back. Mr. Smith.
My battery died.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Back online.
Good. Well, So my question to you was, you spoke of the questions I was asking you sounded very much like questions you have been asked at the very highest levels of the party. And I zeroed in on that and asked if those levels mean the Prime Minister, the party leader, the General Secretary, members of the selection committee of the Labour Party.
Mr. Hughes, you're politically experienced, know that I can't share Labour Party business publicly. But
And these questions were asked of you.
all these questions are asked of me. Mr.
Since you came on this morning and the interview started, my phone is also burning up with questions, that seek to suggest that you're not being truthful. Questions that suggest that you have issued several checks that have bounced to Mr. Azan. For example, put up on the screen for me these checks, that were issued. One to Sean Azan, $500,000.
What's the date on this check?
The date? Let me get the date here. 14th. Is this the 14th of the 1st, 2020? 14th of the 11th, 2024. November last year. $500,000. But the check then says, hold on. It says payment countermanded by
what does that mean?
draw.
What does that mean?
You tell me.
A countermanded check is not a check that was bounced. A countermanded check is a check that means a stop payment was placed by me on that check.
Oh.
My behalf.
So what were you attempting to pay Mr. Azan last November when these checks were written? But why would you sign these checks and present them to him?
No. You need to ask him that. That's a question for Mr. Azan.
No, but your signature is on this.
No, Mr. Hughes. Seen a check and you have accused me of giving a bounce check.
Let me tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these checks, all written in the name of Sean Azan, signed by what seems to be your signature. You told me only moments ago you issued those checks and then directed that they be stopped. Are you denying that you wrote these checks, Mr. Smith?
I already did.
You did?
No.
You are denying that you didn't write these checks?
I already answered the question about what you have asked me. No.
Could you tell me, for clarity, did you write these checks?
For clarity, I did not. I will not speak on this matter again because
you did not write these checks in November, one dated the 14th of November last year. Then if you did not write, hold on, Mr. Smith, if you did not write them, how then did you issue a directive to your bank to stop it?
Mr. Azan, and that's a question you have to ask Mr. Azan.
You did say earlier, Mr. Smith, that you were good friends with Mr. Sean Azan, didn't you?
I did say that, that's a fact.
Good.
We're good friends.
What caused the falling out?
That is not for public consumption.
Was it over money or financial issues?
No.
The falling out wasn't over business related?
No, it was not. But I've said it before, I've never been in any business with him. But again,
and he has never lent you any money?
Again, I cannot speak to what a pending case that may come in the future.
Not a pending case. He has never lent you money. You don't owe nothing.
I answered the question on my first call before I got disconnected. I answered the question already. No. Thank you for your time. You have any more questions for me, Mr. Hughes?
No. That's it. And thank you for rejoining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, and all the best.
Now, people, are them a type of people here on have around the country? Old gambler, we can't keep our dime. Are that the type of people on have a handle taxpayers' money? One thing me always hear, you see a gambler cannot be trusted. You can't give puss butter for carry. And God bless the amount of money what this man spend out of taxpayers' money for gambling. And how much you spend on the people in a constituency. Because a gambler is a gambler. And a gambler will always gamble. And they will gamble their last. They don't know when to done, they don't know when to top. That's a gambler. This is a national disgrace. I'm telling you every day, you know, under this government, Jamaica in a problem. And don't tell me, say, the party don't know, say, this man is a gambler. Because they must know. Now, I could check out some video from over Andre Stevens to people.
Proverbs 12. Proverbs 12:22. Don't it, Courtney? And Duane Smith was caught lying by his associates today. Duane Smith came to Bradley Avenue. And Bradley Avenue set him up, and I'm going to explain the setup to you tonight, Jamaica. A lying lip Duane Smith is an abomination to the Lord. Jamaica. Bradley set him up. And I'm going to explain the setup to you tonight, Jamaica. Bless up the super chatter, bless up Cash App or Zelle, because what I'm going to tell you tonight, Jamaica, is this how the plot, Courtney, has thickened. Jamaica, listen to Duane today on Bradley Avenue.
Nationwide news has seen documents which purport to show that MP for Northwest St. Andrew, the JLP's Duane Smith, may have misled the public when he denied owing millions of dollars to a Kingston businessman. Smith, who's facing the prospect of a lawsuit over the debt, broke his silence on an issue that has dogged his career as a politician for several years. Speaking on Cliff Hughes Online earlier on Thursday, Smith has said he owed nothing to Sean Azan, the managing director of Xanadu Limited. But Nationwide News has seen material which suggests the first-term MP may not have been telling the truth. George Davis has our story.
Duane Smith was unequivocal on the question of whether or not he owes millions of dollars to Sean Azan, his former friend. The issue of the debt was the subject of a lawsuit which the court dismissed earlier this week. Smith, who says he's bracing for a fresh legal attack from Azan's lawyers, was in a bullish mood when he spoke to Cliff Hughes earlier on Thursday. His message: he owes Sean Azan nothing.
The interview that was done by Mr. Azan's attorney is painful to me, hurtful to me, because not one sentence that he said is factual, and he knows it's not true. And there's an avenue to deal with attorneys who tells lies and waste the court's time by saying that they served somebody or someone and they did not get, they know they didn't. I have written to my attorneys, giving them permission to accept this new lawsuit, and I can confirm two things. One, nothing that Mr. Azan's attorney said yesterday is true. Nothing. And two, I owe Mr. Azan zero. Not $1 is outstanding to Mr. Azan.
Given the information at his disposal, Cliff Hughes pressed Duane Smith on whether or not he does indeed owe money to Sean Azan.
Is it true that Mr. Azan lent you approximately $103,000 for a business venture, and that you have not paid him back for over approximately 10 years?
Okay, no, it goes right back to what I said a while ago.
Is that true?
Today. It is not true. But again,
Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith, I'm asking, did Mr. Azan lend you over $103,000 for pursuing a business venture that you have not repaid him?
I do not know what this new suit entails, so I cannot speak to any specifics. But what I can tell you definitively, I do not owe Mr. Azan $1.
But there's a problem. You see, fresh material seen by Nationwide News on Thursday afternoon suggests otherwise. We have seen 6 documents, 4 letters and 2 memoranda that purport to show that Duane Smith owes Sean Azan millions of dollars. All documents represent correspondence sent by Azan to a particular investment management company, instructing that loans be made out to two companies, K&S Food Services Limited and K&S Higher Services. Both those companies are understood to be owned by Duane Smith. There are 4 loans from Sean Azan to K&S Food Services Limited on January 15, 2015 for $3.5 million, March 30, 2015 for another $3.5 million, June 11, 2015 for $4 million, and June 17, 2015 for $1.5 million. Then there are 2 loans from Sean Azan to Smith's other company, K&S Higher Services, for $20,000 on March 22, 2017, and $30,000 on April 25, 2017. Altogether, these 6 loans amount to $50,000 and 12.5 million Jamaican dollars. Additionally, Nationwide News has seen copies of WhatsApp conversations which appear to show Duane Smith acknowledging his debt to Sean Azan and discussing whether he'll need a guarantor for the monies owed. In one particular exchange, dated May 7, 2020, with a timestamp of 11:07 a.m., Azan appears to confront Smith with the message, quote, "I gather you are telling people you owe no money." End quote. On the same date and against the same timestamp, 11:07 a.m., Smith appears to reply, quote, "That is not true. Never ever denied funds outstanding." End quote. George Davis for Nationwide News.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Jamaica. Courtney. Let me get the gavel. I need to find back my law gown because I have so many cases to try soon. Duane Smith. A lying lip plus a gambler is a death sentence, you know, Courtney. I want to ask Jamaica something. Have you ever seen, Courtney, put up in picture the producer. Have you ever seen a gambler whose fate has been successful? I'm going to ask again, Jamaica. Have you ever seen a gambler whose fate is successful? Have you ever seen a liar, Courtney? Have you ever seen a liar that don't thief? Have you, Courtney?
Must thief.
Where your granny say every what? Where your granny grew up and tell you say every what? Liar is a thief. Yes. And every thief is a what? Liar. But Jamaica, you don't find it. How much him owe? Producer, show them how much him owe in the courthouse. Look here. Look in the courthouse. How much? Look in the courthouse, Jamaica. Look. Hold on there now. This alone at $23 million. 23 million. But wait now. Wait. Wait. Courtney and Jamaica. You don't find it strange that Bradley Avenue? No, they talk. But you don't find it strange that Bradley Avenue exposed Duane Smith like that?
What can go so?
You don't find it strange, Jamaica, that Cliff cornered him publicly and said, I have these documents.
Why?
You don't find it strange? You don't find it strange, Jamaica, that Cliff and Dirty Batty Jerry? Because it's all a part of a scheme. It's all a part of a scheme. What is the scheme, Jamaica? Operation Take Out Duane Smith. Operation Take Out Duane Smith. Because Duane has publicly embarrassed the Jamaica Labour Party.
Take him out.
Therefore, Jamaica, having him come to newsroom, blatantly lie, having him owing, he will therefore have to go in front of the disciplinary committee, the integrity committee in the JLP. And they're going to say to him, you publicly lied about your finances. You told this committee that you're financially stable and you have carried the party, carried the constituency into disrepute. You have embarrassed the Jamaica Labour Party.
What can go so?
So what has happened, Jamaica?
No.
It is a scheme to take him out, to put in one of Holness's surrogates.
Aye.
It is a scheme to expose him, because Derek Smith cannot argue that Andrew never honored putting Duane there. So Andrew now will look at Derek and say, it's not me mess up. Are you picking mess up with him gambling and borrowing history and lying history? I can't have him represent the party.
No.
So Audrey not getting the seat, because I gather that Audrey Marks finalized for take over from Audley Shaw's seat. She go and walk all up and down in a northeast Manchester this weekend. So apparently Dana or Tom Christian Tavares now will see the golden opportunity. Is it making sense now, Jamaica? So people are wondering, why would Bradley Avenue be a part of the scheme? Is the scheme making sense now? The scheme makes sense because in the Jamaica Labour Party, Duane Smith is a liability. Is it making sense now? So you ask yourself, how Duane owe so much money, Courtney, and Sean Azan still giving him money? Remember, he take this a piece alone, and then surprisingly, he got a big contract from the government. He got a big contract of $2.2 billion in 2018. No, 2020. So if it is that Duane Smith got this contract for food services of $2.2 billion, how is it that Duane couldn't even pay off $10 million? $15 million. How is it that Duane is a counselor? How is it, Jamaica, that Duane is an MP who got a 300% increase on his salary? How is it, Jamaica, that an MP who is receiving a salary of a 300% increase, how is it that as a counselor, he got a 300% increase and he couldn't even create a schedule of payment? You don't find that strange, Courtney?
Very much. Do so.
Look how many teachers, look how many people in this country or loan company and them suffer them way through in this country, and government make sure them do what, Courtney? Deduct every month, deduct every month out on the salary till somehow the teachers I get $8,000 a month. Some of the teachers and doctors I carry them $30,000 a month on a bun on the belly. And a parliamentarian who gets a 300% increase.
So the man want back his money.
300% increase. Put up in picture, producer. Make them see the kind of nastiness in this country. A lying lip, Duane Smith, and you must resign. The people of his constituency must call for his resignation.
With immediate effect.
They must call for his resignation.
We know that government are going to make him see the same way.
But they're all
Animals.
you know, it's not animals. When you look over there, who want a criminal, a gunman, want a gunman, a rapist, who a rapist, a pedophile.
What can go so?
Who want a pedophile, a embezzler, who want a embezzler, a chopper. Who not beat with chair, a woman abuser, who not abuse a drug mule.
Ball out!
Who not drug mule, a cokehead, who not cokehead. A swinger, who not swinger. A woman abuser. And you know the worst part of it? He got a retroactive salary, Courtney. That means he got a lump sum. And he could have said, you know what? Let me play Mr. Azan 1.5 million. He never want to pay the man. Because if him could look pan Cliff and say, producer, play back when tell Cliff Hughes. Play back in deceptive. Play back when tell Cliff Hughes.
Nationwide News has seen documents which purport to show that MP for Northwest St. Andrew, the JLP's Duane Smith, may have misled the public when he denied owing millions of dollars to a Kingston businessman. Smith, who's facing the prospect of a lawsuit over the debt, broke his silence on an issue that has dogged his career as a politician for several years. Speaking on Cliff Hughes Online earlier on Thursday, Smith has said he owed nothing to Sean Azan, the managing director of Xanadu Limited. But Nationwide News has seen material which suggests the first-term MP may not have been telling the truth. George Davis has our story.
Duane Smith was unequivocal on the question of whether or not he owes millions of dollars to Sean Azan, his former friend. The issue of the debt was the subject of a lawsuit which the court dismissed earlier this week. Smith, who says he's bracing for a fresh legal attack from Azan's lawyers, was in a bullish mood when he spoke to Cliff Hughes earlier on Thursday. His message: he owes Sean Azan nothing.
The interview that was done by Mr. Azan's attorney is painful to me, hurtful to me, because not one sentence that he said is factual, and he knows it's not true. And there's an avenue to deal with attorneys who tells lies and waste the court's time by saying that They served somebody or someone and they did not get, they know they didn't. I have written to my attorneys, giving them permission to accept this new lawsuit, and I can confirm two things. One, nothing that Mr. Azan's attorney said yesterday is true. Nothing. And two, I owe Mr. Azan zero. Not $1 is outstanding to Mr. Azan.
Given the information at his disposal, Cliff Hughes pressed Duane Smith on whether or not he does indeed owe money to Sean Azan.
Is it true that Mr. Azan lent you approximately 103,000 US dollars for a business venture and that you have not paid him back for over approximately 10 years?
Okay, no, it goes right back to what I said a while ago.
Is that true?
Today. It is not true. But again,
Mr. Mr. Smith, I'm asking, did Mr. Azan lend you over 103,000 US dollars for pursuing a business venture that you have not repaid him?
I do not know what this new suit entails, so I cannot speak to any specifics. But what I can tell you definitively, I do not owe Mr. Azan $1.
But there's a problem. You see, fresh material seen by Nationwide News on Thursday afternoon suggests otherwise. We have seen 6 documents, 4 letters and 2 memoranda that purport to show that Duane Smith owes Sean Azan millions of dollars. All documents represent correspondence sent by Azan to a particular investment management company instructing that loans be made out to 2 companies, K&S Food Services Limited and K&S Higher Services. Both those companies are understood to be owned by Duane Smith. There are 4 loans from Sean Azan to K&S Food Services Limited on January 15, 2015 for $3.5 million, March 30, 2015 for another $3.5 million, June 11, 2015 for $4 million, and June 17, 2015 for $1.5 million. Then there are 2 loans from Sean Azan to Smith's other company, K&S Higher Services, for $20,000 US dollars on March 22, 2017, and $30,000 US dollars on April 25, 2017. Altogether, these 6 loans amount to $50,000 US dollars and 12.5 million Jamaican dollars. Additionally, Nationwide News has seen copies of WhatsApp conversations which appear to show Duane Smith acknowledging his debt to Sean Azan and discussing whether he'll need a guarantor for the monies owed. In one particular exchange, dated May 7, 2020, with a timestamp of 11:07 a.m., Azan appears to confront Smith with the message, quote, "I gather you are telling people you owe no money," end quote. On the same date and against the same timestamp, 11:07 a.m., Smith appears to reply, quote, "That is not true. Never ever denied funds outstanding," end quote. George Davis for Nationwide News.
A lying lip. A lying lip, Jamaica. And I can tell you, Derek Smith shame bad. And somebody messaged me today and say, Andre, Duane mother can get 2 contracts from the government and pay off. But I'm sure Mrs. Smith is tired of paying off Duane's loans. I'm sure his wife is embarrassed by all of this. I'm sure his entire family. But I'm telling you, Jamaica, having listened and having observed, I know Bradley carrying this because the war room has decided to sink Duane. And Duane should have never been in the parliament. He should have never been even a councillor. But you see, when there's no meritocracy, when somebody is not elected on merit, but they're elected on who is them family and Who are them friend? This is what happens in Jamaica.